I have to admit, this isn't really my wheelhouse. I like surf LSF for drama because it makes easy content, but like even this is like a little too much for me. But it's to do with the Minecraft community, and this is like the only big drama going on right now, so might as well cover it, I guess. And I don't know the Minecraft streamers that well, but I do know Kick drama, and this involves both, so at least I know half of it. So if you haven't heard, Kick signs Sapnap. And the reason why this is a big deal is because his community got outraged at this. Because for some reason, the Minecraft community is very open and accepting, which means there's a lot of like LGBTAIQ plus people in it, which doesn't mix with Kick very well. Because if you don't know, Kick has had a lot of drama. Just to name a couple of it, there's that time that one of their streamers sexually assaulted a woman who was passed out on stream. Or the time where the same person had sex with a sex worker in front of a child who was maybe 5 or 6 on stream. Luckily, he moved the camera so you couldn't actually really see anything, but yes. Or the time that Aiden Ross went to the hub on stream with his like young audience. Or the time he had a white supremacist on his platform, like with Nick Fuentes and like anti-Semitic, and where his chat is full of homophobia, transphobia, like straight up just like swastikas and Nazi stuff. And like the time that he is also just like super homophobic and transphobic. So obviously the Minecraft community, who is full of those people, are going to be upset when one of their big names goes to a platform which is okay with all that stuff. And surprisingly, a couple big Minecrafters came out and called them out. Because like usually when another big streamer does something that streamers don't like, they won't call them out because they want the clout. So they have to play nice. So they'll be like, oh, but like Kick is good competition. Like I might not agree with their ethics, but at least it's competition. And competition is always good. Instead of being like, yo, that is like a garbage platform. That platform's some of the worst people ever. And it's all to promote a terrible site, which is like trying to bypass all these other regulations to make as much money as possible and prey on vulnerable people. They'll just ignore all that because they want a little more viewers. But these guys didn't, which is huge. So this is Tubbo.
Sapnap, I'm just going to say, like, frankly, the majority of Sapnap's demographic is people in communities such as LGBTQIA+, younger demographic and stuff like that. I feel like this platform is not a safe place to be openly trans, not a safe place to be openly Jewish, not a safe place to be black, for example. It's insane. And I don't like, I feel like it's great that you want to spearhead that positive change, but also with such a large and powerful voice you have and so much good you can do with that voice, it's best that you're more responsible with where you want to bring your community, and you have a responsibility to protect them as well.
It's also so crazy to me how like Minecrafters are like on the younger end of the spectrum, and they have like more ethics and morals than people who've been in the business for longer, who have made more money for longer, who has like a more stable career. And then another person who called him out was Ranboo. He pretty much just says, I don't respect any creator that joins that platform if they're aware of what happens on that platform. And don't worry, everybody's aware of what happens on that platform. And the only reason why some people say they didn't know how bad the platform is because people are dumb enough to believe it. And he goes on to say nothing more to add to it. It's just, it is about money at the end of the day, no matter how you try to spin it. And that's sad that people are willing to put the safety and well-being of the community at risk and support what happens there for a high enough figure. I mean, for Christ's sake, if the CEOs cared about making their platform safer, they would have. Just say you want the money and go. I could go more into it, but honestly, it just makes me really fucking sad, so I'll leave it at that. Please do not support creators that join Kick. And the thing that gets it to me about like the money, like if you were struggling or if you were like a smaller creator and you need the money to survive, I think people would be more willing to accept you doing shadier things to make that money. But when you're at Sapnap's level, you're already set for life. Like you don't need this extra money. This is just pure greed. So since Sapnap got a bunch of backlash, he came out and responded, and this is what he had to say. I just got the important bits. He says, as I've gotten busier traveling and doing a lot of more stuff than I used to, I've constantly been trying to get a streaming deal to force me to stream as much as possible because I love it. Do you really love it if you need something to force you to do it? If you love it, wouldn't you just do it because you love it? So already off to a weird start. And then he tries to like be like, hey, like Kick is bad, but also Amazon is bad because he says, and Twitch is really no better. They doubled down on poor decisions, and it's owned by Amazon, a mega corporation that let's just say isn't the best to people. Lol. Like, okay, he's not wrong. Amazon is a bad company for workers, but I don't think he actually cares about that, and we'll get into that down here. Then he goes on to talk about how much he doesn't feel respected. And he's like, I went to TwitchCon and the Twitch CEO didn't even know me at TwitchCon, which is, why do you think a CEO would know every single streamer on Twitch? You know how many 1,000 viewer streamers there are? He's not going to know every one of them. And he goes on and is like, I would love to spirit positive change at Kick. I want it to be welcoming to everyone and finally give Twitch a reason to be worried so they can't continue treating creators however they want with no consequences. But I mean, like, I guess it's a noble effort to try to make Kick change for the good, but I doubt that's going to happen with the people in charge and their views. Like, you don't have Aiden Ross and Trainwrecks as the figureheads of Kick if you want positive change at Kick. Like, they're very open about their view on stuff, so I don't know how you're going to change that. But I mean, the Kick CEOs talk nice to him, so hey, maybe. And then he goes on to say that this is a non-exclusive deal, so I'm still going to be streaming on Twitch. But I thought you just said Twitch is also evil because it's owned by Amazon, a mega corporation that isn't the best to people. So why do you bring that up if you're still going to stream on Twitch? Because it doesn't matter. Because it's not big enough deal for you to stop streaming there. So like, didn't make any sense to me. Then he goes on, Twitch even refused to offer me a reasonable deal at all. And that's basically spat in the face of creators like me who deserve to have more say on the platform and better treatment in general. Which I can understand him being upset that he can't control a platform owned by a multi-billion-dollar company, the largest streaming platform there is, a platform that Microsoft couldn't compete with. I don't know why they wouldn't give it to a Minecraft streamer to let him control it. But I mean, like, if it was like Hassan, like, I could kind of understand him wanting more say because he like streams for thousands of hours on the platform every year, and you would hope that the Twitch CEO would know who Hassan is because he's one of the biggest streamers and he streams for thousands of hours. Or like someone like XQC, he streams for thousands of hours. He's one of the largest streamers by viewers, so you'd hope that the Twitch CEO would know who he is, and like maybe they should listen to what they have to say because they want to keep them happy and on the platform. But these are pretty big standards to live up to. So let's look at somebody like NMP Lol. He's a streamer known for being lazy, barely streams, and always fails on streams. And he only streamed like 1,000 hours, and he only averages like 15,000 viewers. So now you're getting into the territory of like, well, maybe a Twitch CEO wouldn't know who Nick is because he doesn't stream as often and he isn't as big. Like, they stream 2 to 3 times more often. But even this is like, he's big enough that the Twitch CEO should probably know who Nick is. So you think Sapnap would have to be in like the same area as these people, right? No, like in the last year, he streamed 53 hours. He wants to control, have a say in the direction of the platform and to be recognized by the Twitch CEO, or else he's going to think it's a spit in his face that he didn't get recognized and that they don't like listen to him. But he's only streamed 53 hours in a year. And this average of 18,000 because of 2 streams. We had 80,000 viewers and 60,000 viewers. He more averages like around 10,000 viewers. So he has 10,000 viewers over 53 hours. Like, I always knew streamers and YouTubers and all that were entitled. I just didn't think they were this entitled. Or maybe he's not entitled at all. It's just like sounds like a good excuse, being like, oh, they don't respect me. They were like mean to me. So that's why I went to Kick, because I want to change Kick for the good, and that they don't respect me. But I mean, it's hard to respect 53 hours. You worked for 53 hours and you're set for life. Maybe just be happy with that.